My high school gymnastics coach told us losing your period was a sign of true dedication, a twisted badge of honor for girls like me, chasing gold at any cost, willing to break ourselves for a shot at glory. So I got her fired. I'm Riley, and this isn't just a story about perfect landings, soaring flips, or state championship dreams. It's about how I took down a toxic system that nearly destroyed me and my entire team, leaving scars deeper than any fall ever could. Picture this. It's 2024, in the swelter of an Austin, Texas gym, the air thick with chalk dust, sweat, and tension that could snap a steel beam. I'm 16, standing face to face with Coach Hannah, her voice still echoing through the hollow space after she screamed, "I'd never make it if I didn't commit like her star pupil, Kayla, her golden girl who set the standard for us all." My hands tremble, not from nerves but from hunger, a gnawing emptiness that's been my constant companion for months. Water-only meals, skipped periods, and a body screaming for help have left me hollow, a shell of the girl I used to be. I'm done, my voice cracking as I call her out, tears burning my eyes, the whole team watching, their faces a mix of fear, shock, and something darker. Relief that it's not them in the crosshairs. That confrontation wasn't the beginning. It was the end of a nightmare that had been brewing since I joined the team. A slow poison seeping into every practice, every meet, every whispered conversation in the locker room. It started with girls competing to eat the least. Coach Hannah's praise reserved for the thinnest, the palest, the most broken among us. Her words a twisted gospel we all swallowed. I thought fitting in meant starving myself. That pain was the price of progress. That losing my period meant I was finally good enough. Finally worthy of her approval. But that day, I saw the truth. This wasn't discipline. It was dangerous. A culture that thrived on our suffering, that celebrated our self-destruction as a sign of strength. I'd watch my teammates crumble under the pressure, Kayla included. Her hollow eyes a mirror of my own. Her once vibrant spirit dulled by the constant hunger, the shame, the fear of falling short. Coach Hannah fed on our fear, her so-called motivation pushing us closer to the edge. Her voice a whip that cracked harder with every missed meal, every pound lost. So I fought back, harder than I ever had on the mat, with evidence, allies, and a fire I didn't know I had until I had nothing left to lose, until my body and soul were on the line. I made sure Hannah's reign ended, but the cost was steep. My health, my trust, my innocence, all stripped away by a system that demanded everything and gave nothing back. How do you stand up when everyone's pushing you down? When belonging costs you everything you are? When the price of fitting in is your very life? That's the question I faced as I stepped into a world I thought I wanted. A world that nearly broke me before I even began. The cost of belonging on that Westlake gymnastics team in Austin started creeping in slowly, like a shadow you don't notice until it's swallowed you whole. I joined the team to fit in, to find my place in a new city, but I didn't see the cracks beneath the surface, the ones Coach Hannah cultivated like a twisted garden. It's late 2023, and I'm a freshman, still buzzing from making the team, still naive enough to think I'd found my people. But the gym isn't just a place for flips and routines. It's a battlefield of whispers, glances, and rules. No one says out loud, but everyone follows. The first rule? You idolize Kayla. She's Coach Hannah's favorite. A senior with a perfect vault, her body all sharp angles and control, her confidence a magnet we're all drawn to. Desperate to be like her, to earn the same praise Hannah heaps on her after every practice. Kayla's the standard, the one we're measured against, and the team revolves around her like planets around a sun, orbiting her every move, her every word. But there's a cost to being her, one we learn in hushed tones in the locker room, after the lights dim and Coach Hannah's gone. "Don't eat before practice," one girl murmurs, her voice low, eyes darting like she's sharing a secret that could get her in trouble. Kayla hasn't had her period in months. Coach says it means she's dedicated. I freeze, my water bottle halfway to my lips, the words sinking in like a stone in Lake Travis. Another girl nods, her voice barely a whisper. I stopped mine too, last month. Coach noticed, gave me extra beam time. They're proud, their smiles brittle, their eyes hollow, and I feel a chill that has nothing to do with the gym's AC blasting overhead. I want to fit in, to be seen, so I start skipping meals, trading my Whataburger taquitos for water-only days, my stomach growling louder than the crowd at a Longhorns game. I hide granola bars in my locker, ashamed of wanting them, ashamed of needing them. Food becomes the enemy. Every bite a betrayal of the team, of Coach Hannah's approval, of Kayla's perfection. I start noticing my body changing. My periods stop, my ribs poke through my leotard, and I feel a twisted pride when Coach Hannah nods at me one day. Her voice sharp but approving. "Looking leaner, Riley. Keep it up." It's the first time she's really seen me, and I'm hooked, chasing that nod like a junkie chasing a high, willing to starve for it, to break myself for it. But those whispered warnings in the locker room, the ones I thought were just part of the game, are the first signs of a culture that's rotting us from the inside. How do you chase approval when it's built on your own destruction? That's the question I'll face as the team's hunger, literal and figurative, starts to spiral out of control. The hunger that started as whispers in the Westlake locker room, the kind that drove us to idolize Kayla and chase Coach Hannah's approval, spiraled into something darker, something that consumed us whole. By early 2024, I'm 15, a freshman on the gymnastics team, and the gym isn't just a place to train anymore. It's a pressure cooker. The air thick with chalk dust, sweat, and a competition no one signed up for but everyone plays. We're not vying for the best vault or the cleanest beam routine. We're competing to see who can eat the least, who can push their body the furthest, who can break themselves the most to earn Coach Hannah's nod. It's a game with no winners, but we're all playing, desperate to prove we're as dedicated as Kayla, the girl who set the standard with her sharp angles and missing periods. It starts small, skipping breakfast, then lunch, then dinner, our stomachs growling louder than the crowd at a Longhorns game. But we smile through it, proud of the emptiness, proud of the pain. Coach Hannah notices, her voice sharp but approving. Good work, girls. You're looking lean. That praise is a drug, and we're hooked, chasing it like it's the only thing that matters. Like it's worth more than our health, our bodies, our lives. We start comparing notes in the locker room, whispering numbers like they're medals. 1,200 calories, 8 Saran, 900, then nothing at all. Just water and willpower. Our ribs poking through leotards like trophies. I start hiding my eating habits, sneaking bites in the bathroom at school, ashamed of every crumb, every sip, every moment I'm not starving like the rest. I buy supplements online, pills that promise to burn fat faster, to make me lighter, to make me better, my hands shaking as I swallow them, my reflection in the mirror a stranger I don't recognize anymore. Coach Hannah fuels the fire, her praise reserved for the girls who suffer the most, who push past hunger into something darker, something that looks like dedication but feels like destruction. She pulls me aside one day, her smile all teeth, her voice a whip. You're getting there, Riley. Keep pushing. Kayla didn't eat for 3 days before her last meet, and she nailed it. I nod, my stomach twisting, my head spinning. But I'm proud, so proud because she sees me, because I'm finally enough. The team's spiraling, all of us caught in this race to the bottom, where pain is the prize, where suffering is the standard, where we're breaking ourselves to belong. How do you keep going when the praise you crave is killing you, when every step forward feels like a fall? That's the question I'll face as the mirror in a San Antonio hotel room shows me a truth I can't ignore. The mirror in that San Antonio hotel room, the one that showed me a truth I couldn't ignore, shattered the illusion I'd been chasing on the Westlake gymnastics team, where pain was praised and starvation was the standard. It's March 2024, and I'm 15, traveling with Mom for a family wedding. A brief escape from the gym's pressure cooker, from Coach Hannah's voice echoing in my head, from the race to be the thinnest, the most broken, the most dedicated. We're staying at a Marriott off the Riverwalk, the city alive with mariachi music, the air warm with the scent of Tex-Mex from nearby restaurants. But I'm a ghost in my own body, hollowed out by months of water-only meals, supplements that burn my throat, and a hunger that's become my shadow, following me everywhere, even here, 80 miles from Austin. I'm getting ready for the wedding, slipping into a dress Mom picked out, a soft blue thing that used to fit me like a glove back home, before I started skipping meals, before my period stopped, before I became someone I don't recognize. I step in front of the bathroom mirror, the fluorescent light harsh, unforgiving, and I freeze, my breath catching in my throat like I've just missed a vault landing. The girl staring back isn't me. She's a skeleton in a dress, ribs jutting out like the beams I train on, cheekbones sharp enough to cut glass, eyes sunken and dull, the kind of dull that comes from months of punishing your body to please a coach who doesn't care if you break. I'm 5'4", and barely 90 pounds. My skin pale, almost gray, my hair thinning at the edges, falling out in clumps in the shower, a side effect of the supplements I thought would make me better, lighter, worthy. Mom walks in, her smile fading faster than a Texas sunset, her gasp so loud it echoes off the tiles, her hand flying to her mouth like she's seen a ghost. And I guess she has. Her daughter, wasting away, a stranger in a mirror that doesn't lie. Riley, honey, what's happened to you? She whispers, her voice cracking, tears welling up as she steps closer, her hands hovering like she's afraid I'll shatter if she touches me. I can't answer, my throat tight, my own tears spilling over hot and fast because I see it now, the truth I've been running from. I'm sick, really sick, and this isn't dedication, it's destruction, a slow death I've been chasing to fit in. To be like Kayla, to earn Coach Hannah's praise. That moment in the mirror, with Mom's broken voice in my ears, is the wake-up call I didn't know I needed. The first crack in the wall I built around my suffering. How do you fight back when you've been breaking yourself to belong when the enemy is the one you've been trying to please? That's the question I'll face as I take my first step toward rebellion. starting with a chicken sandwich in the cafeteria. That world I thought I wanted, the one that nearly broke me, started with a fresh beginning I thought would save me. Rewind to the summer of 2023. I'm 15, and my family's just moved to Austin, Texas, chasing Dad's new job at a tech startup downtown. The city buzzes with live music on South Congress, food trucks slinging tacos on every corner, and the kind of heat that makes you feel alive, like you're standing on the edge of something big. But I'm the new girl at Westlake High, a transplant from a small town up north, desperate to fit in, to find my place in a school where everyone already knows their crew. I'm shy, awkward, still figuring out who I am, and the pressure to belong hits hard like a tumble off the high beam with no mat to catch me. I'd always loved gymnastics. Back home, I'd spend hours flipping on the grass, dreaming of state meets, of being someone who mattered. So when I see a flyer for the Westlake gymnastics team tryouts, I think, this is it, Riley. This is how you make friends, how you become someone. I show up at the gym, a cavernous space with beams gleaming under fluorescent lights, the air sharp with chalk and sweat, girls in leotards stretching like they've been here forever. I'm nervous, my palms slick, but I nail my routine, a back handspring on the beam, clean and steady, and I make the team. For the first time since moving, I feel like I belong, like I've found my people, my purpose, my place in this big, loud city. Then I meet Coach Hannah. She strides in like she owns the gym, her voice sharp as a whip, her presence electric, commanding every eye in the room. She's young, maybe late 20s, with a blonde ponytail so tight it could snap, and a smile that's all teeth, the kind that makes you want to please her, to earn her approval at any cost. I don't train quitters, she says, her gaze slicing through us, landing on me for a split second that feels like an eternity. If you're here to win. Anything less, and you're out. Her words are a challenge, a promise, and I'm hooked, ready to do whatever it takes to prove I'm not a quitter, to show her I'm worth her time. The team's a mix of girls who've been under her for years. Girls like Kayla, her favorite, a senior with a perfect vault and a confidence I envy, the kind of girl everyone wants to be. They welcome me with smiles, but there's an edge, a quiet sizing up, like they're waiting to see if I'll crack. I don't know it then, but those smiles hide a darker truth, a culture that's already starting to take root, one that will push us all to the brink. How do you fit in when the cost of belonging might be more than you can pay? That's the question I'll face as I step deeper into a world where approval comes at a price. That chicken sandwich in the Westlake High cafeteria became my first act of rebellion, a small but seismic step toward fighting the toxic system I'd been breaking myself to please, a system that left me staring at a skeletal stranger in a San Antonio hotel mirror. It's April 2024. I'm 15, and I'm back in Austin after the wedding. The image of my hollowed-out reflection still burning in my mind. Mom's broken voice echoing like a warning I can't ignore. I'm done starving for Coach Hannah's approval, done chasing Kayla's perfection, done letting my body waste away for a team that demands my destruction. I'm taking a stand, even if it's just one bite at a time, even if it means facing the wrath of a coach who thrives on our pain. It's lunchtime, the cafeteria buzzing with chatter, the air thick with the smell of pizza and fries, the kind of smells I've been avoiding for months, the kind that make my stomach growl loud enough to drown out the noise around me. I walk to the line, my hands shaking, not from hunger this time, but from nerves, from the weight of what I'm about to do, from the fear of what comes next. I order a Popeyes chicken sandwich, spicy, with pickles and mayo, the kind of meal I haven't touched since joining the team, the kind that feels like a betrayal of everything Coach Hannah drilled into us. I sit at a table in the middle of the cafeteria, the team's usual spot. Girls like Kayla and the others watching me, their eyes narrowing, their whispers starting like a swarm of bees, buzzing with judgment, with shock, with something close to fear. Coach Hannah walks in, her presence a storm cloud, her blonde ponytail swinging like a pendulum, her eyes locking on me faster than a hawk on prey, her smile vanishing when she sees the sandwich in my hands, the bite mark I've already taken, the sauce on my lips a badge of defiance. "Riley," she snaps, her voice slicing through the cafeteria, loud enough to make heads turn, to make the room go quiet like a Texas night before a tornado hits. "What do you think you're doing? We don't eat garbage like that. You're on my team, and you'll follow my rules." She steps closer, her voice dripping with venom, her words a public humiliation meant to break me, to remind everyone who's in control. "You'll never make it if you can't commit. Look at Kayla. She's a champion because she listens." I meet her gaze, my heart pounding, my hands steady now, and I take another bite. Slow, deliberate, the crunch of the chicken louder than her words. A silent rebellion that says I'm done. I'm not hers to break anymore. That sandwich, that moment sparks a fire I didn't know I had. A fire that'll burn hotter as the team turns against me. How do you stand your ground when defiance makes you a target? When rebellion comes at a cost? That's the question I'll face as the fallout begins, as the team's cold shoulder turns to ice. The team's cold shoulder turned to ice after that chicken sandwich showdown in the Westlake cafeteria, a moment that marked me as a traitor in their eyes, a rebel who dared to defy Coach Hannah's rules, who dared to eat when we were all supposed to starve. It's still April 2024, I'm 15, and the fallout hits harder than a fall from the high beam, leaving bruises that don't show on the skin but cut deep into my soul. I thought taking a stand would free me, would spark something in the other girls, maybe even Kayla, to see the truth of what we'd been doing to ourselves, but instead it builds a wall between us. One made of whispers, glares, and a silence colder than a Texas winter night, the kind that chills you to the bone. The next day at practice, the gym feels different. The air heavier, the usual chatter replaced by a suffocating quiet that presses down on me like a weight I can't shake off, like I'm walking into a storm I can't see but can feel in every step. Kayla won't look at me, her eyes fixed on the floor, her perfect vault executed with a precision that feels like a slap, a reminder of what I'm risking by breaking the rules, by not being like her, the girl Coach Hannah holds up as our standard. The other girls follow her lead, their backs turned as I walk to the beam, their whispers slicing through the air like knives, sharp and deliberate. Words like traitor, weak, and disgusting, floating back to me, meant to hurt, meant to isolate, meant to make me regret that bite of chicken, that moment of defiance that felt so right but now feels so lonely. Coach Hannah doubles down, using team meetings to shame me, her voice a whip that cracks louder than ever, her words a public execution of my rebellion, a warning to the others not to follow my lead, not to stray from the path she's carved for us, a path of hunger, of pain, of breaking ourselves to belong. Riley thinks she's better than us, she says at one meeting, her smile all teeth, her gaze pinning me to my seat like a butterfly on a board. But she's nothing if she can't commit, if she can't be a team player, if she can't sacrifice like the rest of you. The girls nod, their eyes avoiding mine, their loyalty to Hannah stronger than any bond we might have had, their fear of her wrath a chain I can't break. Not yet, not alone. Rumors spread like wildfire through Westlake High. Stories about me binging, about me quitting, about me not being serious enough. Each one a distortion meant to push me further out, to make me the outcast, the one who doesn't belong, the one who dared to eat, to live, to fight. How do you keep fighting when your rebellion turns you into the enemy, when the team you wanted to save becomes your cage? That's the question I'll face as Coach Hannah's punishments tighten their grip, pushing me to a breaking point I can't avoid. Coach Hannah's punishments tightened their grip after the team turned me into their enemy. Her wrath a storm I couldn't avoid, pushing me to a breaking point that would either shatter me or set me free. It's late April 2024. I'm 15, and the Westlake High Gym in Austin has become a battlefield. The air thick with tension, the kind that makes your skin crawl, the kind that feels like a Texas summer storm brewing, heavy and electric, ready to explode. I'm an outcast now, the girl who ate the chicken sandwich, the one who dared to defy the rules, the one the team whispers about, their glares like daggers, their silence a wall I can't climb over. A wall Coach Hannah built brick by brick with every shaming word, every punishing drill, every moment she makes me feel like I don't belong. It starts at practice, the day after another team meeting where Hannah tore into me, her voice a whip cracking through the gym, calling me selfish, weak, a disappointment to the team, her words echoing off the walls, sinking into my bones, making me question if I'm the one who's wrong, if I'm the one who's broken for wanting to eat, for wanting to live. She doubles my conditioning, forcing me to run laps until my legs shake, until my vision blurs, until I'm gasping for air, my body screaming for rest, for food, for mercy she won't give. You'll learn to commit, Riley, she says, her smile all teeth, her eyes cold as the San Antonio River in winter. Or you'll be off this team faster than you can say, quit. The girls watch, Kayla included, their faces blank, their loyalty to Hannah a chain that binds them, a chain I'm starting to see for what it is. Fear, not respect. Fear of being the next target, fear of losing their place, fear of not being enough. But that day, something snaps inside me. A fire that's been smoldering since the mirror in San Antonio, since the chicken sandwich, since I realized I'm dying to please a coach who doesn't care if I live or break. It's during a beam drill, my legs trembling, my stomach empty, my head spinning from the laps, from the hunger, from the weight of their glares, when Hannah calls me out again, her voice slicing through the gym. Riley, you're slacking. Kayla could do this blindfolded, why can't you? I stop, mid-routine, my feet planted on the beam, my hands shaking, my heart pounding so loud I can hear it over the hum of the gym, over the whispers of the girls, over Hannah's voice, and I turn to her, my eyes meeting hers, my voice raw, unsteady but louder than I've ever been. Because I'm starving, coach. Because I haven't eaten a real meal in months. Because you've made us think losing our periods is dedication. But it's not. It's an eating disorder. And you're the one pushing us into it. The gym goes silent. The kind of silence that feels like the world holding its breath. The girl's frozen, their eyes wide. Kayla's face pale, her hands clenched, Hannah's smile gone, her eyes narrowing, her voice low. Dangerous. You don't know what you're talking about, Riley. This is discipline. This is what it takes to win. To be a champion, to be someone who matters. But I'm done. My voice breaking, tears spilling over, hot and fast, my body shaking as I step off the beam, as I face her, as I face them all. No, it's not. It's abuse. And I'm done letting you hurt us. I'm done letting you hurt me. I'm sobbing now, my chest heaving, my words a scream, a release, a breaking point I can't hold back. The truth spilling out like a dam bursting, flooding the gym with everything I've been holding in. That breakdown, that confrontation, marks the moment I stop running from the truth. The moment I start fighting for real. How do you keep fighting when the truth you speak turns the enemy's wrath into a weapon? When the battle you've started might break you before it saves you? That's the question I'll face as I find allies in the shadows, starting with a secret meeting in the library. That secret meeting in the Westlake High Library became my lifeline. A spark of hope in the shadows after my confrontation with Coach Hannah pushed me to a breaking point. After her wrath turned the gym into a battlefield where I was the enemy. It's May 2024. I'm 15, and the fallout from calling out her abuse has left me more isolated than ever. The team's glares like ice, Coach Hannah's punishments like chains. But my fire's still burning, fueled by the truth I can't unsee. This isn't discipline, it's destruction, and I'm not the only one suffering. I need allies, girls who see what I see, who feel what I feel, who are ready to fight back, even if it means risking everything we've worked for, even if it means facing Hannah's fury head on. I find them in Salma and Madison, two girls on the team who've been on the fringes like me, girls who felt the sting of Hannah's rules, but stayed quiet, too scared to speak up, too scared to break. Salma's a junior, a vault specialist with a quiet strength, her dark eyes always watching, always thinking, her silence a shield I've seen crack since my breakdown in the gym. Madison's a sophomore, a beam queen with a nervous laugh, her hands always fidgeting, her leotard hiding ribs as sharp as mine, her whispers in the locker room hinting at doubts she's been too afraid to voice. After practice one day, I catch them by the water fountain, their heads bent close, their voices low, and I take a chance, my heart pounding like I'm about to stick a vault landing. Meet me in the library after school. We need to talk, about Hannah, about everything. They nod, their eyes wide. A mix of fear and hope I recognize, a mix I feel in my bones. The library's quiet that afternoon, the air cool and heavy with the smell of old books. The kind of place where secrets feel safe, where whispers don't carry beyond the stacks. We huddle in a corner, hidden by shelves of dusty novels, our voices barely above a breath, our words a rebellion in the making. Salma speaks first, her voice steady. I'm done starving, Riley. I haven't had my period in 6 months and I'm scared. Madison nods, her hands twisting in her lap. She made me throw up after a meet last month. She said I was too heavy for the beam. I tell them about the mirror in San Antonio, about the chicken sandwich, about calling Hannah's abuse what it is, and they listen, their eyes shining with tears, with anger, with something new. Resolve. We need more than words, though. We need proof, something to take Hannah down for good, something to save us all. That's when Salma mentions Cynthia, an ex-coach from UT Austin who left Westlake years ago, rumored to have clashed with Hannah over training methods. She might help us, Salma says, her voice a lifeline, if we can prove what's happening. We agree to start digging, to find evidence, to build a case that can't be ignored, our whispers turning into a plan, our fear turning into fight. How do you turn whispers into a weapon when the battle you're fighting could cost you everything? That's the question we'll face as we start collecting the proof that could change it all. Collecting the proof that could change everything became our mission after that secret library meeting, where Salma, Madison, and I turned our whispers into a weapon against Coach Hannah's toxic reign. It's mid-May 2024. I'm 15, and the Westlake High Gym in Austin still feels like a battlefield. But now I have allies. Girls who've seen the truth, who've felt the pain, who are ready to fight beside me, even if it means risking everything we've worked for, even if it means facing Hannah's wrath head-on. We need evidence, something undeniable, something that can prove what she's doing to us, something that can save us all, and we're determined to find it. No matter how deep we have to dig, no matter how dangerous it gets, we start with Aaron, a junior who helps with the school's AV club, a quiet guy who's been filming our practices for the team's highlight reels. His camera always rolling, capturing every vault, every beam routine, every moment Hannah thinks no one's watching. Salma knows him from math class, says he's got a crush on her, says he might help if we ask right, if we play it smart. We catch him after school in the AV room, the air buzzing with the hum of computers, the walls lined with monitors, his eyes wide when Salma leans in, her voice soft. Aaron, we need your help. There's stuff on those practice tapes we need to see. Stuff about Coach Hannah. He hesitates, his hands fidgeting. But Salma's smile, Madison's pleading eyes, my quiet resolve, they work. And he nods. Okay, but you didn't get this from me. That night, we huddle in Aaron's basement, the glow of his laptop the only light, our breaths shallow as we watch the footage, hours of practices unspooling before us, each clip a piece of the puzzle we need to take Hannah down. There it is, Hannah screaming at Madison to push harder after a meet, her voice venomous. You're too heavy, you're dragging us down, do better or you're out. Another clip shows her pulling Kayla aside, her voice low. No food until after weigh-ins, you hear me? You're not light enough yet. My stomach twists, my hands shaking, as we see ourselves on screen, girls starving, girls breaking, girls crying in corners when they think no one's watching. All while Hannah stands tall, her smile a mask, her words a weapon, her discipline a slow poison we've been drinking for months. We copy the footage, our hands trembling, our whispers urgent. This is it. This is proof. But we need more. Texts, weigh-in logs, testimonials, anything to build a case that can't be ignored. Anything to show the world what she's done. Madison pulls out her phone, scrolling through messages from Hannah. Orders to skip meals, to take supplements, to commit or quit. Salma has logs from weigh-ins, numbers that drop lower and lower, dates that match the footage, proof of the hunger we've been forced to endure. I write down my own story, the mirror in San Antonio, the chicken sandwich, the breakdown. My words a testament to the pain we've all shared. A pain we're turning into power. How do you wield evidence like a weapon when the enemy holds all the power? When the truth could set you free or break you apart? That's the question we'll face as Kayla's breaking point gives us the final piece we need. Kayla's breaking point gave us the final piece we needed to build our case against Coach Hannah. A raw, unfiltered truth that turned our evidence into a weapon that could finally set us free from her toxic grip. It's late May 2024. I'm 15, and the Westlake High Gym in Austin still looms like a battlefield. But Salma, Madison, and I have been fighting in the shadows, gathering footage from Aaron, texts, weigh-in logs, testimonials, proof of the hunger Hannah forced on us, proof of the damage she's done. We've been careful, meeting in secret, whispering in corners, knowing one wrong move could bring Hannah's wrath down on us, knowing we need more to take her down, to save ourselves, to save the team, to save girls like Kayla, the golden standard we've all been breaking ourselves to become. I find Kayla in the music room after school, a quiet space where the air smells of old sheet music and dust, the kind of place where secrets feel safe, where the piano's soft hum feels like a shield against the storm outside. She's alone, her leotard swapped for a hoodie, her blonde hair loose, her face pale, her eyes red from crying, her hands shaking as she clutches a water bottle, the same one she's been sipping from for months, the only thing Hannah allows her to have before weigh-ins. I sit beside her, my heart pounding, my voice soft. Kayla, we know what she's doing to you, to all of us. We have proof, but we need your help to stop her. She looks at me, her eyes wide, her breath hitching, her voice a whisper. I can't, Riley. I'm scared. I'm so scared. But then she breaks, her words spilling out like a dam bursting, a flood of pain and fear and shame that's been locked inside her for too long, a flood I felt in my own bones, a flood we've all been drowning in. She weighs me every day, Kayla sobs, her voice cracking, her hands trembling. And if I'm over 95 pounds, she makes me run until I throw up. She says I'm not dedicated if I don't, says I'll never win if I'm not light enough, says I'm nothing if I can't be perfect. I listen, my throat tight, my eyes burning, as she tells me about the forced vomiting, the eating disorder that's consumed her, the night she cries herself to sleep, the fear that Hannah will cut her if she doesn't comply, the fear that she'll never be enough, never be the champion Hannah demands, never be the girl we've all been killing ourselves to become. I hold her as she cries, her body shaking, her tears soaking my shirt, my own anger rising. A fire that's been burning since the mirror in San Antonio, since the chicken sandwich, since I called Hannah's abuse what it is. Kayla's story, her pain, her breaking point, it's the final piece, the heart of our case. The truth that can't be ignored. The truth that can save us all. We write it down, her words a testament to the damage Hannah's done. A weapon we'll wield to take her down. How do you carry someone's pain as your weapon, when the battle could destroy you both? That's the question we'll face as Hannah finds Kayla's journal, sparking a confrontation that'll change everything. Hannah finding Kayla's journal sparked a confrontation that changed everything. A moment where our weapon, the truth, finally faced the enemy who'd been breaking us for far too long. It's early June 2024. I'm 15, and the Westlake High Gym in Austin feels more like a war zone than ever. The air thick with tension, the kind that makes your heart race, the kind that feels like a Texas thunderstorm ready to unleash its fury. Salma, Madison, and I have been building our case against Coach Hannah, armed with Aaron's footage, texts, weigh-in logs, and Kayla's heartbreaking testimony. Her words a raw wound we've turned into a weapon. A weapon we're ready to wield, even if it means risking everything. Even if it means facing Hannah's wrath head on. Even if it means breaking the team apart to save it. It happens after practice, the gym emptying out, the echo of vault landings fading, the air still heavy with chalk dust and sweat. The kind of quiet that feels like the calm before a storm. The kind that makes your skin prickle with anticipation. Kayla's at her locker, her hands shaking as she stuffs her bag, her journal, where she wrote everything, the daily weigh-ins, the forced vomiting, the eating disorder Hannah pushed her into, slipping out, falling to the floor with a thud that feels louder than a Longhorns game crowd, louder than anything I've ever heard. Hannah's there, her blonde ponytail swinging, her eyes narrowing as she picks it up, her smile vanishing faster than a Texas sunset, her voice a hiss. "What's this, Kayla? You've been writing about me?" Kayla freezes, her face pale, her breath hitching, her eyes wide with terror. The kind of terror I've felt, the kind we've all felt under Hannah's gaze, under her rules, under her reign. I'm there with Salma and Madison, watching from the sidelines, our hearts pounding, our breaths shallow, knowing this is it, the moment we've been building toward, the moment we can't run from, the moment we have to fight. We step forward, our voices a chorus, a wall of defiance. "Leave her alone, Hannah!" I shout, my voice raw, my hands clenched, my fire burning hotter than ever, fueled by Kayla's tears, by our pain, by the truth we've gathered, the truth she can't hide from anymore. Hannah turns, her eyes blazing, her voice a snarl. "You girls think you can take me down? You're nothing without me, nothing without my discipline, my training, my rules." She waves the journal, her smile a mask of rage, her words a threat. "I'll make sure you regret this, all of you. I'll cut you from the team. I'll make sure you never compete again. But we're done. Done with her threats, done with her rules, done with her abuse. And we storm in, a united front, our voices loud, our anger a tidal wave, our evidence a shield, our truth a sword, ready to cut through her lies, ready to take her down, ready to save ourselves, to save Kayla, to save the team, to save every girl who's ever suffered under her reign." That confrontation, that moment is the beginning of the end for Hannah. The moment we stop hiding. The moment we fight back for real. How do you face the enemy when the battle you've started could cost you everything you've fought for? That's the question we'll face as Cynthia and a regional official step in, ready to end Hannah's reign once and for all. Cynthia and a regional official stepping in to end Coach Hannah's reign was the turning point we'd fought for. A moment where the battle we'd started, despite the cost, finally brought justice to the Westlake High Gym in Austin. It's early June 2024. I'm 15, and the confrontation over Kayla's journal still echoes in my ears. Our united front, Salma, Madison, Kayla, and I, standing against Hannah's threats, our voices a tidal wave of truth, our evidence a shield against her lies. A shield we built with Aaron's footage, texts, weigh-in logs, and Kayla's heartbreaking testimony. A shield that had turned our pain into power. A power we'd wielded to protect each other, to save ourselves, to save every girl who'd suffered under Hannah's toxic rules, even if it meant risking everything we'd ever worked for. The next day, the gym doors swing open mid-practice, the air is still thick with chalk dust and tension, the kind of tension that makes your heart race, the kind that feels like a Texas thunderstorm about to break, the kind we've lived under for months. A storm Hannah created with her discipline, her rules, her abuse. Cynthia strides in, a former coach from UT Austin, a woman in her 40s with short brown hair, sharp eyes, and a presence that commands respect. The kind of respect Hannah never earned, the kind that comes from integrity, not fear. Beside her is Robert, a regional official from the Texas Gymnastics Association. A tall man in a suit, his face stern, his clipboard a symbol of authority we've been praying for. An authority that can finally hold Hannah accountable, that can finally stop the suffering she's inflicted on us all. Hannah's mid-rant, her voice a whip cracking through the gym, berating Kayla for weakness, for betrayal. Her blonde ponytail swinging like a pendulum, her eyes blazing with rage, her words a threat. "You'll never compete again, any of you. I'll make sure of it." But she stops cold when she sees Cynthia, her smile vanishing faster than a Texas sunset, her voice faltering. "What are you doing here?" Cynthia doesn't flinch, her voice steady. "We've seen the evidence, Hannah. The footage, the texts, the logs, the testimonials. You've been abusing these girls, pushing them into eating disorders, forcing them to starve, to break themselves for your discipline. It ends now." Robert steps forward, his voice firm. "You're suspended. Effective immediately, pending a full investigation by the association. Step away from the team. Now." The gym goes silent. The kind of silence that feels like the world holding its breath. The girls frozen, their eyes wide. Kayla's hands shaking, her tears spilling over. Salma and Madison gripping each other's hands, their breaths shallow. My own heart pounding so loud I can hear it over the hum of the gym, over the echo of Hannah's threats, over the weight of months of suffering, months of hunger, Months of fear. Hannah's face twists, her voice a snarl. You can't do this. I've made this team champions, I've made them better. But Robert cuts her off, his voice a steel blade. You've made them sick, Hannah. You've crossed every line, broken every rule, endangered these girls' lives. Leave now, or we'll have you removed. Hannah storms out, her footsteps echoing, her reign crumbling, her power stripped away, leaving us standing in a gym that suddenly feels lighter. The air clearer, the storm finally breaking. The kind of break that feels like a Texas rain after a drought. A rain that washes away the pain, that brings life back to a place that's been dying under her grip. We're free, or at least we're starting to be. Our evidence, our truth, our fight. It's worked. It's saved us. It's given us a chance to heal, to rebuild, to reclaim what she took from us. How do you rebuild after a battle leaves scars deeper than the victory, when freedom comes with the weight of what you've lost? That's the question we'll face as the school issues a quiet dismissal, and the healing begins. The school issuing a quiet dismissal of Coach Hannah marked the beginning of our healing. A slow, fragile process after a battle that left scars deeper than the victory. After Cynthia and Robert stripped away her reign, leaving us with the weight of what we'd lost and the hope of what we could rebuild. It's mid-June 2024. I'm 15, and the Westlake High Gym in Austin feels different now. The air lighter, the echoes of vault landings softer, the chalk dust settling like the dust after a Texas storm. A storm we'd weathered together. Salma, Madison, Kayla, and I. A storm we'd fought with our evidence, our truth, our united front. A fight that had freed us from Hannah's grip. A fight that had given us a chance to breathe, to heal, to become whole again. Even if the scars of hunger, of fear, of breaking ourselves to belong still lingered, still ached, still whispered in the quiet moments when we thought no one was listening. The school moves fast. Too fast, some say, trying to bury the scandal, trying to keep it out of the headlines, trying to protect their reputation more than us, more than the girls who'd suffered under Hannah's rules, who'd starved, who'd broken, who'd fought to be heard. They issue a statement short and cold. Coach Hannah has been relieved of her duties following an investigation into team practices. No mention of the eating disorders, no mention of the forced vomiting, no mention of the daily weigh-ins, no mention of the girls who'd lost their periods, their health, their innocence, no mention of the truth we'd fought for, the truth we'd bled for, the truth that had set us free but left us raw, exposed, wounded in ways they couldn't see, in ways they didn't care to see. The dismissal is quiet, too quiet, a whisper in the halls of Westlake High, a whisper that feels like a betrayal, like they're erasing what we went through, like they're erasing us, but we know the truth. We lived it, we fought it, we survived it, and that's enough for now. That's enough to start healing, to start rebuilding, to start reclaiming what Hannah took from us. A new coach arrives the next week, a woman named Coach Elena, a former gymnast from Dallas. Her voice soft, her eyes kind, her presence a balm after Hannah's storm. The kind of coach who sees us as girls, not machines, who cares about our health, not our weight, who wants us to thrive, not break. She starts slow, rebuilding trust, rebuilding the team, rebuilding us, one practice at a time, one smile at a time, one moment of kindness at a time. The kind of kindness we'd forgotten under Hannah's reign, the kind that feels like a Texas sunrise after a long, dark night, warm and gentle, promising a new day, a new start, a new chance to be whole. We start eating again, real meals, not water and supplements, our bodies slowly coming back to life, our periods returning, our laughter real, our smiles genuine, our strength growing, not from starvation, but from nourishment, from support, from the kind of love that doesn't demand we break ourselves to earn it. Kayla takes a step back, her healing slower, her scars deeper, her eating disorder a battle she's still fighting. But she's here. She's trying. She's alive. And that's enough. That's more than enough after everything Hannah put her through, after everything we all went through. Salma and Madison stick close, their bond with me stronger than ever. Their voices louder, their courage a fire that burns bright. A fire that reminds me we did this, we fought this, we won this, even if the victory came with a cost. Even if the healing will take time. Even if the scars will always be there. A reminder of what we survived. A reminder of what we overcame. How do you heal when the scars run deep? When the victory feels fragile? When the past still whispers in the quiet moments? That's the question we'll face as Kayla takes her first steps toward recovery. Toward a return that could redeem us all. Kayla taking her first steps toward recovery was a beacon of hope for us all. A light in the fragile healing process we'd begun after Coach Hannah's quiet dismissal. A process that carried the weight of our scars, but also the promise of redemption. It's September 2024. I'm 15, and the Westlake High Gym in Austin has become a place of renewal under Coach Elena's gentle guidance. A place where we're learning to laugh again, to eat again, to trust again, a place where the echoes of Hannah's abuse are fading, replaced by the soft sounds of encouragement, the kind that feels like a Texas spring breeze, warm and life-giving. The kind that reminds us we're more than our pain, more than our past, more than the broken girls we used to be. Kayla's been in therapy since June, working with a specialist in San Marcos, a 45-minute drive from Austin, a journey she makes twice a week to fight the eating disorder Hannah pushed her into, to fight the daily weigh-ins, the forced vomiting, the shame that had consumed her for so long. She's taken a step back from the team, her absence a void we've all felt. Her perfect vault a memory we've held onto, a reminder of the girl she was, the girl she's fighting to become again. But today she's here, walking into the gym for the first time in months. Her blonde hair tied back, her face fuller, her eyes brighter, her smile small but real. The kind of smile that feels like a sunrise after a long, dark night. The kind that makes my heart ache with hope, with pride, with love for the girl who was once Hannah's golden standard, the girl we all broke ourselves to be. The girl who's now breaking free. She's not ready to compete. Not yet. Her therapist's orders strict. Her recovery a slow, careful dance. But she's here to support us, to cheer us on, to be part of the team in a new way, a way that doesn't demand her destruction, a way that lets her heal, lets her grow, lets her be Kayla. Not Hannah's champion, not a broken girl, but a girl who's finding her way back. A girl who's finding her strength. A girl who's finding her voice. We hug her, Salma, Madison, and I. Our arms tight, our tears falling, our laughter soft, our bond stronger than ever. A bond forged in the fire of our fight. A bond that feels like a family. The kind of family that lifts you up, that holds you close, that reminds you you're enough just as you are, scars and all. Kayla's return, her redemption, is a promise of what's possible. A promise that we can heal, that we can rise, that we can be more than the pain Hannah inflicted, more than the hunger, more than the fear. It's a promise we hold on to as we step onto the mat, as we vault, as we beam, as we rebuild. One practice at a time, one day at a time, one smile at a time. How do you hold on to hope when healing feels fragile, when redemption is a journey, not a destination? That's the question we'll face as the team places forth, finding real wins in health, in trust, in each other. The team placing fourth at our first meet under Coach Elena, while holding on to the hope sparked by Kayla's return, showed us what real healing and real wins look like. A victory built on health, trust, and each other, not on the pain Hannah once demanded. It's October 2024. I'm 15, and the Westlake High Gym in Austin has become a sanctuary. A place where the echoes of our past suffering have faded, replaced by the sounds of laughter, encouragement, and the steady rhythm of vault landings. A rhythm that feels like a Texas heartbeat, strong and alive. A rhythm that reminds us we're not the broken girls we once were, but a team reborn, a team healing, a team finding strength in the kind of love that doesn't demand we starve, that doesn't demand we break, that doesn't demand we lose ourselves to belong. The meet is in Houston, a 4-hour bus ride from Austin, the air crisp with fall, the kind of crisp that feels like a promise, the kind that smells like football games and pumpkin spice, the kind that makes you feel alive, whole, ready to soar. We're nervous, our leotards snug but not suffocating. Our bodies fuller, stronger, our periods back, our smiles real, our laughter genuine, our trust in each other a shield against the past. A shield Coach Elena helped us forge with her kindness, her patience, her belief in us as girls, not machines, as athletes who can thrive without breaking, as a team that can win without losing ourselves. We compete, our vaults steady, our beam routines clean, our floor passes powerful. Each move a testament to the strength we've found in healing, in eating real meals, in supporting each other, in being whole, not hollow, not hungry, not afraid. We place fourth, not first, not the champions Hannah always demanded, but the scoreboard doesn't matter. Not today, not to us. Not when we're standing on the mat, medals around our necks, our arms around each other, Kayla cheering from the sidelines, her smile brighter than any gold, her presence a victory we've all fought for, a victory that feels like a Texas sunrise, warm and golden, a victory that reminds us we're enough, just as we are, scars and all. Coach Elena hugs us, her voice soft. I'm so proud of you girls. You're stronger than you know. And we feel it. We know it. We live it. Our strength not in starvation, but in survival, in sisterhood, in the kind of healing that makes us whole, that makes us real, that makes us winners in a way Hannah never could. Salma, Madison, Kayla, and I, we're a family now. A family forged in the fire of our fight. A family that's found real healing, real wins, real strength, not in breaking ourselves, but in building each other up, in speaking up, in standing together. A strength that'll carry us forward, a strength that'll carry us through. We're not the broken girls we were under Hannah's reign. We're the girls who fought back, who survived, who thrived, who showed the world what real strength looks like, what real healing feels like, what real wins feel like. How do you carry that strength forward when the past still lingers, when the future demands you speak up again? That's the question we'll face as we reflect on the moral of our fight, the power of breaking the silence. Reflecting on the moral of our fight, the power of breaking the silence became the final piece of our journey after placing forth and finding real wins in health, trust, and each other. A journey that showed us what true strength looks like. A journey that started in the shadows of Coach Hannah's toxic reign. It's November 2024. I'm 15, and the Westlake High Gym in Austin has become a place of healing. A place where Kayla's return, our shared laughter, and Coach Elena's kindness have shown us that we're more than our scars. More than the hunger Hannah forced on us. More than the fear that once defined us. A place where we've learned to stand together, to speak up, to fight for what's right. Even when it's hard. Even when it hurts. Even when it feels like the whole world is pushing you down. Looking back, I see it now. Peer pressure doesn't always look like a dare. Doesn't always come with a loud challenge or a bottle spinning at a party. Doesn't always announce itself with neon lights and a crowd cheering you on. Sometimes it's quieter, sneakier, deadlier. The kind that creeps into your life like a Texas summer heat, slow and suffocating. The kind that looks like silence, like hunger, like the fear of not belonging. The kind that makes you starve yourself to fit in. That makes you break yourself to be seen. That makes you lose your period, your health, your hope, all for the approval of someone who doesn't care if you shatter. All for a place on a team that demands your destruction. All for a moment of praise that costs you everything. That's what Hannah did to us. She built a system that thrived on our silence, on our fear, on our willingness to hurt ourselves to belong. A system that made us think pain was progress, that starvation was strength, that breaking was winning. But we broke that system. Salma, Madison, Kayla, and I. We broke it with our voices, with our truth, with our fight, with the evidence we gathered, with the courage we found in each other, with the kind of strength that doesn't come from hunger, but from healing, from standing together, from speaking up when it's hard, when it's scary, when it feels like you're standing alone even when you're not. We learned that real strength isn't in the medals, isn't in the scoreboard, isn't in the approval of someone who demands your pain. It's in the fight for what's right. It's in the bonds you build. It's in the healing you find. It's in the silence you break. The kind of silence that lets toxic systems thrive. The kind of silence that lets girls like us suffer. The kind of silence that we refuse to keep. That we shattered with our truth, with our fight, with our love for each other. That's the moral of our story. The lesson we carry forward. The lesson we want you to carry too. Speak up. Stand together. Fight for what's right, even when it's hard, even when it hurts, even when it feels like you're alone. Because you're not. Because your voice matters. Because your fight matters. Because your healing matters. Because you matter. Just as you are, scars and all. How do you carry that lesson into your own fight? Into your own story? Into your own truth? That's the question we'll ask as we invite you to share, to comment, to stand with us. Inviting you to share, to comment, to stand with us is our final call. A chance to carry forward the lesson of breaking the silence that we learned through our fight against Coach Hannah. A lesson that echoed in our real wins, in our healing, in our strength as a team. This story isn't just ours. It's for every Texan who's felt the weight of peer pressure, who's faced a toxic system, who's fought to be heard, who stood up when it was hard, just like we did at Westlake High in Austin, just like we did when we spoke up, when we stood together, when we turned our pain into power, when we showed the world what real strength looks like. So we want to hear from you. Have you ever faced peer pressure that risked your health, your values, your truth? The kind that creeps in like a Texas summer heat, slow and suffocating? The kind that makes you question who you are? Share your story in the comments. Let's break the silence together. Let's stand together. Let's fight together. Because your voice matters, because your fight matters, because you matter. Scars and all. If this story hit you hard, if it lit a fire in your heart, smash that like button. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. Someone who needs to know they're not alone. Someone who needs to know they can fight back. They can heal. They can win. Subscribe for more true Reddit survival stories that hit different. Stories that'll keep you hooked. Stories that'll remind you to speak up, to stand together, to be the change you need right here, right now, in Texas and beyond.